your hands in the air. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
Mixing sodas with the beer. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
So why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here.
Throw your hands in the air. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
Mixing sodas with the beer. It's
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
So why don't everybody cheer it?
Dr. Do, Dr. Do.
This is the one right here.
You got
What is y'all, your social media platform artist and the host of the great YouTube channel? I'm your host, the one and only Dr. Do here, everyone. How are we on this wonderful Sunday afternoon right here, y'all? Today's video, we're going to do some history right here. A history video that you guys want to know about. And also something that you guys never know the more story about this one. In this video, we're going to do a video about a celebration that's going to happen tomorrow. Alright, it's very important celebrated to every Hispanic in Mexico and here in today Texas. We're going to talk about Cinco de Mayo. Alright, y'all, not Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Alright, Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican celebration that happens on May 5th every year to celebrate the heritage of the Mexican heritage and also the celebration of a great important event that happened in 1862 right there. Alright, we're going to talk about this story right here about Cinco de Mayo and what is really a celebration about and what the background of this story is. Alright, y'all, before we get started, if you guys new to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit notification down below, comment down below, and see what you guys think about my story of my history opinion about the Cinco de Mayo celebration. And also, you guys want Dr. Do merch, go to Cotton Bureau to give you guys drinkware, shirts, hats for this summer, everyone. Summertime, y'all. We're going to have some great, good sunshine every day. Heat going to hit your faces and go to the beach or to the pool and stuff. Alright, y'all. Also, you need something to give you enough hydration and enough energy for summer. Alright, y'all. Well, go to Beach Hard to give you guys Dr. Do hydration right here, and also Dr. Do energy powder for y'all to get you guys to the whole entire summer day. And also, you guys need protein. I got you right here, y'all. Alright, to give you enough protein to give you guys muscle big and strong right here, y'all. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Alright. Okay, Cinco de Mayo is not just any celebration of Mexican heritage and stuff. It's also a celebration of a battle that happened in May 5th, 1862. It was part of a big, huge conflict that happened back in 1861 to 1867. Let me tell you about this one, alright? It was known as this was part of the conflict known as the Second French Intervention in Mexico, or should we call it the Second Franco-Mexican War. It was part of a military invasion of Mexico by the French Empire, the Spanish, and Britain. I will tell you guys why right here, y'all. It all began. What happened was Mexico was in debt to those three colonial powers because Mexico had been through a lot of conflict that happened around the 1830s till the early 1860s right here. This one right here, it was known as the Reform War, with a conflict between the liberals and the conservative parties, which lasted from 1857 to 1861. And the liberals won their battle, and also overthrowing the dictator known as Santa Anna, which I've been telling y'all about this guy. He was a dictator from 1830 until 1861. He been in power since 1830s. Alright, he was a dictator. He was overthrown. He was exiled. Eventually, that the government itself, the Mexican government, went in so much debt in millions of dollars. Alright, I will say dollars, but I know peso, but you get what I mean. Alright, and France, Spain, and Britain are mad that Mexico had not paid off the debt that Mexico had not returned at all. You see, Britain, France, and Spain had given them money and equipment and military advisor in order to ensure who would win the conflict in the Reform War. Eventually, Mexico went in so much debt that all three superpowers decided to go to Mexico and force them to pay their debt. Alright? But however, here's about this story right here. In actual reality, France would actually try to conquer Mexico. Like Mexico, France wanted to spread their influence and their colonial power under the leadership of Emperor Napoleon III. Yeah, Napoleon III. He related to Napoleon I. The reason why he doing this is to try to rebuild his empire and try to continue his family member legacy by trying to be like him, only that he is not close to Napoleon I at all. Alright, which I will get to that. Alright, so eventually there's a problem. Alright, see, the United States does not want no European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere because America see that as a threat. Okay, they were breaking. America was under a doctrine known as the Yeah, it was called the Morris Doctrine. All right, it was a doctrine that was if any nation, any European colonialism or any European force, if any nation like Central America or South America, they will intervene. They will go to war with you. But however, I feel like France had made some good planning out to do. They waited because you know what happened in 1861? On that same year, American Civil War happened between the Union and the Confederate Army. With the American Civil War with the Civil War started, France, Britain, and Spain decided to now is the time to go to Mexico and force them to pay off the debt. But however, when Britain and Spain found out that France trying to influence and trying to conquer Mexico, they left. They got what they needed and they left. They decided to, you know what? We are not taking part of this invasion. We are leaving. That's what Spain and Britain did, leaving France alone of their whole entire invasion of Mexico. They eventually took control of Mexico City, alright, and replaced it into an empire with the help of the conservative. They also took over the whole entire Mexican government and make it into a puppet state known as the Second Mexican Empire under the leadership of Archduke Maximilian. I'm like, this is not going to end well, really. And so the battle that happened on Cinco de Mayo was under the command of Ignacio Zaragoza and his other commander under the name Laurencio. Oh no, not sorry, I got that wrong. Porfirio. All right, these two men had led the army of ill-trained, ill-equipped Mexican men, women, and children who had never experienced battle before in their whole entire lives. And this would be a huge part. They would play a big part of defending Mexico. All right, and following that, they were commanded to defend two forts. All right, two Mexican forts known as Laurencio and Guadalupe. All right, they were under the command of both of these men. But however, in 1861, around December, Ignacio Zaragoza was killed in an explosion that happened in his fort. With him being gone, all up to Porfirio to make sure that these two forts would not be taken from France at all. So in May 5th, 1862, under the French fort command of Charles de Laurencies, led the attack on the Mexican forts. Eventually, this will be a big test. See how the Mexican army would do against the well-trained, well-equipped French forces. Eventually, they held out against the 7,000 French forces, alright? With only just around 3,000 or 4,000 Mexican soldiers. They repelled these attack from the French, held them out, and made sure that their forts and their whole entire forces would not break and will not get through. Eventually, the Mexican army had defeated the French army. This was a great victory for Mexico and for the people and the army itself. It got this man to becoming the 33rd president of Mexico. Alright? This was a good thing for Mexico. Beating the French army in that battle is a great big huge morale for the whole entire people and its citizens and their government that try to take back their leadership from France and their puppet state. Alright? And so eventually French had taken the forts eventually. But however, over the couple more years, in 1865, the United States had won the war against the Confederate Army, and the French morale was getting weaker and it was getting harder for them to win against the Mexican army and stuff. And also, with the United States now finished with the war, America decided to send equipment and stuff and military advisor to help Mexico to take back their power, which eventually led to France and Mexico to sign a treaty which ended their war with each other in 1867, with all the French forces and their Belgian allies abandoned and left. The Second Mexican Empire collapsed, having Archduke Maximilian to be executed by a firing squad. To me, this would happen when you try to reestablish your own your French imperialism in Mexico, because you don't know, they had no idea what they're doing to themselves. They thought they were going to win against the weak government of Mexico, but however, you go against the people itself. The people will never be under any colonial rule or any imperial rule at all. And you see there, and this celebration is honoring every man and women and children who have Mexican heritage, are happy that their ancestors have fought and died for the future of Mexico and the people that's still alive to this day. Alright? And what happened in the aftermath of that war was one of the breaking points of the French Empire collapse. It also forcing Napoleon III to abdicate from the throne and re-establish a new Republic of France following the aftermath of that. To me, it's one of the big reasons why French Empire collapsed, alright? And so, this celebration continue on to this day, honoring every man and women, and also celebrating their whole entire heritage and their names to this day. I pretty much love how the history of Mexico is. I'm pretty much impressed with everything that the culture and all the things they had done for us. To me, from my point of perspective, people who born in Texas should all get along. All right, I don't care if you're Hispanic or black. We all are equals. All right, we are equal as one people, one united people. All right, and I will tell y'all, I love Cinco de Mayo. I love to celebrate the holiday itself. I always respect the holidays of people's beliefs and stuff. All right, and I love the whole entire culture I love the culture itself as well. And there you have it. This is the history of Cinco de Mayo. Alright, here y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all like this, and I hope y'all we see each other again next time. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification down below, comment down below what you guys think of my story about it. Alright y'all, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright y'all, peace out y'all.